So, Master Grayson, what do you think?
It's amazing. But do you think the abs are too much?
Trust me, kid. Everyone loves abs.
What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another review. I'm your host, the Maritime Nerd. Today we're reviewing LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Now, the first thing that came to mind when I started seeing clips of LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight online, it was pure nostalgia. It honestly took me right back to when I was a kid. And when I first heard about the game, I wasn't exactly blown away. My first thoughts was, okay, another LEGO Batman game. What's so special about this one? Now, unlike a lot of Batman fans, I never actually played the older LEGO Batman games. Most of my Batman gaming experience comes from Rocksteady's Arkham series or retro games like on the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. And I've played a few LEGO games over the years, and while they usually are fun and packed with humor, they were never games I rushed out to buy, and I always enjoyed them, but I never felt really like they were a must-play experience for myself. Then I started seeing footage of this game. The more I watched, the more interested I got. Seeing all these classic Batman moments recreated in LEGO form hit me right in this nostalgia, and before I knew it, I was genuinely excited to jump in. So does Batman save Gotham from some of its most dangerous villains, or should it have stayed in the Batcave? Let's talk about that. Now, the story of this game, the one thing you should know right away is that this isn't one big original Batman story. Instead, it's basically Batman's greatest hits rolled into one game. TT Games takes moments from a bunch of Batman movies and TV shows and mixes them together into 6 chapters. And you'll see stuff from Batman Begins, Batman 1989, Batman Forever, Batman Robin, The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, and Batman the Animated Series, and even the classic Adam West Batman show from the 1960s. And honestly, I kind of like this approach. Instead of spending a lot of time on story setup, the game focuses on big action moments and scenes, and the memorable moments people actually remember. Now, the chapters move at a pretty quick pace, which makes sense because the game is clearly trying to appeal to younger players while still giving longtime Batman fans plenty of nostalgia. And as you work your way through the game, you'll come up against some of Batman's biggest villains, including Joker, Bane, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Red Hood, Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, and the Penguin. And each chapter also pairs Batman with a different partner. You start with Talia al Ghul, then Jim Gordon, Catwoman, Robin, Batgirl, and finally, my favorite, Nightwing. And of course, if you know me, you'll know Nightwing showing up was an instant win in my book. He's my favorite character in the entire DC universe, so having him played a major role in the final chapter was awesome. Each partner has their own unique abilities and gadgets, which helps keep things feeling fresh throughout the campaign. The best way I can describe the story is Batman's greatest hits with a LEGO twist. It's not groundbreaking, but it's definitely fun and nostalgic, and exactly what I was hoping for. Now, the gameplay in this game, probably the biggest surprise for me was how different the gameplay feels compared to older LEGO Batman games. Instead of it being completely linear, LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight gives you an open-world Gotham City to explore, and honestly, if you played the Batman Arkham Knight, you're going to notice the inspiration immediately. You can drive the Batmobile, glide across Gotham, grapple between rooftops, and head straight for the next mission, or get completely distracted by side content like I did. Most missions start either in the Batcave or at the Bat Signal on top of the Gotham City Police headquarters. The Batcave acts as your main hub where you can upgrade gadgets, unlock abilities using Wayne Tech, buy new suits for Batman and the rest of the Bat family, and even decorate parts of the Batcave. Then there's the combat. The second I started fighting enemies, I immediately noticed something familiar. The free-flow combat system from the Arkham games is here, and honestly, it works way better than I expected in a LEGO game. You can chain together attacks, counters, takedowns, and gadgets just like in Arkham. And once I found out that some former Rocksteady developers worked on this game, a lot of things suddenly made sense. And the influence is everywhere. Boss fights are also a lot of fun. Some villains like Mr. Freeze, Bane, and Talia al Ghul require you to actually use gadgets and mechanics instead of just punching them until the fight ends. Now that said, by the end of the game, some of the boss encounters do start feeling a little repetitive because you begin to recognize the patterns pretty quickly. Outside of the combat, you'll spend your time platforming, solving simple puzzles, smashing everything in sight for studs, and hunting down collectibles. Every level is packed with hidden items like Wayne Tech caches, red bricks, and mission-specific collectibles. If you're someone who likes collecting everything, you'll have plenty to do. Now, the partner system also plays a pretty important role in the game. Each companion has abilities you'll need to progress, and you can switch between Batman and your partner whenever you want. When you're not doing story missions, Gotham has plenty of side activities. You'll find Riddler trophies, AR training challenges, animal tracking missions, and a bunch of other collectibles scattered around the city. My biggest complaint is that some of these activities are locked behind abilities that you don't get until later in the game. For example, I couldn't fully explore certain areas because I needed Batgirl's hacking batarang to unlock the radio towers. It didn't really experience, but I definitely would have preferred if more of those activities were available earlier so I could tackle them during the story instead of waiting until after the credits rolled. Now that said, I still enjoyed the side content. It never gets overly complicated, and there were definitely a few moments where I always sat there and scratching my head, only to realize I was massively overthinking a very simple solution. Sometimes the game's biggest challenge is convincing yourself that the answer is really that easy. In the conclusion of the game, looking at the LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight from the outside, it would be easy to assume it's just a game for younger players. But honestly, I think it's for everyone. Whether you're a longtime Batman fan, a comic book fan, someone who grew up watching the movies, and an Arkham veteran, or just looking for a fun game to play with family, there's something for you here. I lost count of how many times I found myself smiling because of a nostalgic callback or laughing at one of the game's jokes. Seeing moments inspired by Batman the Animated Series was a huge highlight for me. And revisiting the scenes inspired by Batman Forever brought back a lot of childhood memories since that was my first Batman movie. TT Games really feels like they took the best parts of Batman's movies, TV shows, and video games and combined them into one package. Sure, the game is only 6 chapters long, but honestly, I don't see that as a bad thing. It never overstays its welcome. By the time the credits roll and you've wrapped up the side content, you feel satisfied, and you're ready to move on to the next adventure. So the final score and conclusion for this game, I give LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight an 8 out of 10. It's a great game. A fun, nostalgic Batman adventure that combines charm of LEGO games of exploration and combat inspiration of the Arkham series. And if you're a Batman fan, there's a lot here to enjoy. Don't forget to follow me all across social media at the Maritime Nerd. Thank you so much, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.